Summer is over. That's what Labor Day weekend always feels like, and so we decided to go to the cottage one last time as a farewell to an incredible summer. And of course, I brought with me the brand new X3 to capture the whole weekend. And I just want to say a huge thanks to Insta360 for sponsoring this video and continuing to support my channel. I've always loved summer so much, but I also really enjoy getting back to the natural rhythms and routines of the fall. And even though this last year has been a tough one for so many of us, it feels like a new chapter is starting. For so long, we've been working in our own little bubbles, and finally, we get to start hanging out, creating, and collaborating with friends, new and old again. The best thing about YouTube has always been the people and the experiences, and I want to get back to focusing on those. I'm deeply grateful for all the people in my life and for those who are still to come. But also kind of nervous, excited for all the things that will happen this fall. Oh, and did I mention Peter's moved offices? He's on the same street again, office neighbors, so we are gonna be hanging out a lot more. Which really feels like the right thing. For a long time now, I felt like things are a little bit off, and I didn't know exactly what it was, but now I know. We're back. This is the brand new Insta360 X3, and whenever something that I carry around in my backpack at all times gets upgraded, I'm very happy. Also, does anybody appreciate the fact that I did the electric surfboard with this? It was like 19 degrees Celsius and raining, and I was the only one out there with a 3-meter long selfie stick. I'm pretty sure everybody thought I was crazy. So this is the latest and greatest. This is a 360 camera, 2 lenses, 180 degrees for both lenses, stick them together, 360 view. But that doesn't mean that you're making 360 videos. That's very important. I think most people think if you're gonna buy a 360 camera, you're making 360 videos. I've filmed with a 360 camera a ton, and I've never, ever made a 360 video. Filming 360 and then grabbing whatever frame that you want, a normal clip, makes this so versatile and so powerful. If you've never used one, you probably don't even realize how good it can be. And this is the latest and greatest in 360 technology. So what's new? The X3 got a big makeover on the outside. We have this huge screen now, 2.29 inches, and it's a touch screen, which is really nice. Makes it so much easier to get through the settings, get through the menus, and then also to just see what you're filming. Also, we have this new Q button on the side, which is very handy. One of my favorite new things. You can basically save different settings. So, you know, a normal filming mode, a slow motion mode, maybe a time-lapse mode. Then you just hit the Q button, select your mode, and all of your settings change right away. You don't have to go through and change all of the settings to the ones that you want. It means you can switch to different modes in seconds, which if you've ever filmed anything action related, you usually don't have like a ton of extra time just waiting around. You're kind of just like go, go, go. And so to get to the next settings really fast makes a big difference. The haptic feedback is also very nice. The X3 is just slightly bigger than the X2, but not really noticeably. And I really like this design for 360 cameras, this kind of longer, elongated shape, because it fits on the selfie stick so well, and this is really where the magic comes in with 360 cameras. By far, the best part, in my opinion, is that the selfie stick, the stick that you're filming with, completely disappears. You do not see this, and so that's how I'm getting those kind of impossible looking shots of me on the electric surfboard or on the jet ski. It looks like somebody's there filming with me, but it's just me holding out this stick or the insanely long 3-meter selfie stick. It's just the 360 camera making this selfie stick disappear makes it look unreal. Every time I film with the 360 cameras, it kind of like boggles my mind. How is this possible? Technically, it's because you have two cameras and then they're stitching it together, and so there's like a stitch line that completely disappears, and the selfie stick is in that stitch line. I always say it's kind of like having a tiny drone that's following perfectly with you, and that point of view is unbeatable. And that means you get this nice full wide body shot of you, which can't really be done in any other way. I really like this selfie stick for most occasions, but the 3-meter is pretty cool. You get some very wild shots with it. And we got some nice upgrades in terms of quality. There's a new 1/2-inch sensor up to 5.7K, 30 frames per second. Very nice. 120 frames per second in 4K and 180 frames per second in 3K. You get that really cool bullet time effect. 8K time lapses. One of the really cool things is doing time lapses with 360 cameras, because you capture everything and then you can kind of choose what parts were cool or move around in the frame. It's just a really cool way to do time lapses. And we now have 4K single lens mode, which is starting to rival the look of basically any other action camera. So not only do you get 360, you can record everything at once, but you can also just do the normal action camera style, nice and wide, if you're looking for a nice simple workflow. And they made that even a bit more interesting with Me mode, which is basically like a single lens mode in a way, but it's using both of the lenses, stitching them together, so wherever the stick is pointing, that's what's being filmed. And this could be really helpful or handy for, you know, snowboarding and you want to film your whole body, but you don't want to use 360 because you're lazy or whatever, you don't want to deal with the post-processing. You can just use the Me mode and get the benefits of the invisible selfie stick in normal action camera mode. Does that make sense? Now it is only 1080p up to 60 frames per second, but I could see it being a really handy feature when you don't want to go through all the hassle of 360 workflow, which honestly nowadays is a lot easier than you think. But still, you know, if you want to make it real streamlined, just use the Me mode. You're ready to go. It's waterproof up to 10 meters, and that's another reason why the single lens mode is kind of nice, because with 360 cameras, you can't film underwater because light gets all crazy warpy underwater. And so with the single lens mode, you can actually film underwater, which is a nice bonus. But honestly, there's very few things that I keep in my camera bag at all times, no matter where I'm going, what travels, what I'm shooting. Usually it's basically just my main camera and a few lenses, but I do always carry around the X2 and now the X3. And the main reason for that is that I think it is the best way to capture action. It's super fast, very dynamic. Even if you're not really going that fast, it makes it look like you're flying, so you know, you look a little bit more expert. The disappearing stick makes it really easy to get clean shots of yourself in action. The stabilization is unlike anything else. It's absolutely wild. And best of all, it captures everything that's happening, everything that's going on, whatever you saw or even didn't see, the Insta360 X3 is seeing. And all you have to do is just record you doing your thing. You don't even have to think about the camera. Which way is it pointing? Is the angle good on me? You just record, snowboard away, have fun, and then take all that footage. What I do is I just export it out of the Studio app, and then you can put it straight into Final Cut and edit however you want. Choose whatever angles you want. It's really incredible and actually quite fast to work with nowadays. All of these things just make me love it even more. And I honestly think that people that haven't tried this, haven't used it, do not understand. It's really hard to comprehend what you can do with a 360 camera, especially when you stop thinking of it like I'm making 360 videos, because I don't think that that is the future of 360 cameras. I don't think 360 video is gonna be a thing anytime soon. But having all of that flexibility in a really easy to use way, you can't go wrong. You can literally give this to anybody. I could give this to Kai and he could get really cool shots doing whatever. This is kind of foolproof. You just use the selfie stick, hit record, and then one wheel bike, jet ski, snowboard, any of that stuff, it looks incredible. And once you understand, it's very hard to go back. Well done, Insta360, for continuing to make the best 360 cameras out there.